sticking on the theme of M3gan and its incredible box office success it's had already, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of legs that has, by the way. But the studio was not blind to what it has been seeing, because it shouldn't come as a big shock and surprise to any of us that a movie that comes out that, gets close to tripling its production budget on its opening weekend, guess what? They're seeing franchise flash before their eyes, and they are apparently already planning a M3gan sequel. This comes from the folks over at CBR who wrote, horror fans haven't seen the last of M3gan, with a sequel to the first smash hit of 2023 already in the works. According to Deadline, Blumhouse is already in early development on M3gan 2. At this time, it is unknown if director Gerald Johnstone, screenwriter Akala Cooper, or any of the rest of the cast will be returning for the sequel. The report comes after M3gan blew past box office expectations this past weekend to gross over $30 million domestically, with the film's worldwide box office haul currently standing at $45 million. All right, I will say this. This is one of those things where if you're doing a Jason movie, you don't have to have the same camp counselors from the previous movie in the next one.
Right.
You don't have to do that because Jason's the star. While I completely agree with the decision to move forward with a M3gan 2, I would caution them about this. The heart of this movie, M3gan, what made it, M3gan the doll makes it fun. What made it a good movie was the little girl and her aunt. The woman who designs and creates M3gan, and their dynamic and their story, that's what made it a good movie. And then M3gan made it fun at the same time. I don't know. Look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you you can't possibly make a good movie without the original cast. I'm not going to say that, but I think you are creating a more difficult path to victory for yourself than you need to. I think we need to come back to this cast. We need to come back to the aunt. We need to come back to the little girl. I think because if you watch the movie, there's going to be maybe a little bit of a revenge thing going on. I mean, I just think this is when they really should look at bringing back the original cast, make it a true sequel, not just slap 2 on it and make it a completely different movie. You can do that with some franchises. I'm not saying you can't, but I think with this movie in particular, having seen it, you got to have the original cast. Either way, it's a smart decision on Blumhouse to do. Anyway, Rob, you hear this story. They're moving forward with a sequel. Important, not important to come back with the original cast? Because we've seen a lot of franchises that can move on without that.
I think back to, there's a story when James Cameron was pitching his sequel to Alien, and he was like in a boardroom or with Fox executives, and there was a chalkboard. And he walked up and he wrote Alien on the chalkboard, and then he put an S at the end and turn the S into dollar signs. And that's
never heard that.
Yeah, that's so I can see that with M3gan. Somebody does the same thing, puts an S with dollar signs, M3gans, and it's all about how they roll out this product. They've worked out the kinks, and they have a production line, and there's the nation embraces M3gans for Christmas one year, and we still bring our main cast back. But there's now hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of M3gans everywhere in America, and that's your movie.
Chris,
there you go.
Chris, we were just talking about the box office results, the remarkable box office results that it had. Getting ahead of themselves, striking while the iron's hot. What do you think of them moving forward and trying to develop a second M3gan right now?
It definitely seems like they're striking while the iron's hot. People are talking about this movie. There's so many people on TikTok dressed up as M3gan doing this creepy dance. It's horrifying. I obviously still have to see the film, but it sounds like it'd be really fun to have the same crew all on board again, especially because, our own Erin Cummings is linked to this young actress, right, because of her work with Tom. So it'd be really nice to see them all working together again on this in the future. But
she was
maybe
great.
It's just more creepy dolls. Maybe it's just M3gan being resurrected constantly.
Yeah, the little girl was wonderful.
She was spectacular.
Yeah. And the dynamic between her and her aunt, to me, is what made it, again, it's a fun movie, yes, but their relationship is what made it a good movie to me. So I really hope they do.
Plus, it's not like this movie was hugely expensive. That's the thing. You keep the price down, so it's not like they have to go through visual development for a year, like a Marvel movie.
No, you're going to have to pay the actors a little bit more than you paid them first, but you could do a sequel for $20 million.
Yeah.
As long as they keep that philosophy. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? It sounds like Blumhouse is probably wisely moving moving ahead with a M3gan sequel. Again, same question I asked Chris. Is this getting ahead of themselves, or is this striking while the iron's hot? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. Guys, we want to thank one of the sponsors of this video, DraftKings. Guys, the NFL playoff picture is now locked in, and your go-to place for wild card round action is DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. So to kick off the road to Super Bowl 57, new customers can bet just $5 and get 200 in free bets instantly. Plus, all new and existing customers can get a no-sweat bet each day of the wild card round this weekend. Just place any NFL bet of your choice, and if it loses, you'll get a free bet back up to $10. Action so good, why bet NFL playoffs anywhere else? And if it were me, I wouldn't be betting against the Bills or the Bengals right now. So guys, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code Campea, C-A-M-P-E-A. New customers can bet $5 on the NFL and get 200 in free bets instantly. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with the code Campea. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details.